In the relentless struggle of life, humanity has undergone a long process of evolution in search of its true self. Yet rules, traditions, and beliefs often act as chains, restraining us from seeing through ourselves and the truth. Wanted, 2008, takes us on a journey of self-discovery through the story of a young man trapped in a monotonous existence who eventually shatters the illusions of his past and gradually learns to take control of his own life. The film is filled with iconic, visually stunning action sequences that more than satisfy our senses. At the same time, it carries a philosophy about blind faith and destiny, the very thing that binds people to prejudices capable of destroying their lives. Directed by Timur Bekmambetov, Wanted presents bold, inventive ideas in the realm of physics, backed by an impressive cast. We encounter the alluring and charismatic Angelina Jolie, whose presence alone is enough to draw viewers into a world of conspiracies and relentless gunfire. The following review reveals important plot details. If you wish to fully enjoy the film, consider returning later. The film opens with a young man, Wesley, played by James McAvoy, who works as an accountant in an insurance company. He suffers from anxiety and takes medication to control his heartbeat, a condition inherited from his father, where his pulse races so fast that the world around him seems to slow down. Wesley has completely lost control of his life. Everything seems to mock him. His boss insults him, his girlfriend betrays him, and everyone takes advantage of him. In an early scene, he searches for his own name on Google, only to find no results. A symbolic image of Wesley's lack of self-identity. This dull and hopeless life is suddenly shattered by a burst of fiery action. He is hunted down by a man named Cross, played by Thomas Kretschmann, a hitman who betrayed the secret society known as the Fraternity. But death does not yet claim him. Instead, a magnetic female figure, Fox, brought to life by Angelina Jolie, rescues him from a hail of bullets. She is both his savior and the doorway into the brutal underworld Wesley is forced to enter. The escape sequence is a dazzling explosion of action that sets the tone for the film. Director Timur Bekmambetov turns what could have been a typical chase into a rhythmic, almost painterly spectacle, rather than just another shootout. This beginning signals that the action to come will be even more thrilling. Angelina Jolie's assassin is portrayed as irresistibly alluring and sensual, her icy aura exaggerated to the point that it sears itself into the audience's mind. After the escape, Fox brings Wesley back to the Fraternity of Assassins, led by Sloane, portrayed by Morgan Freeman. This brotherhood operates under the guise of an old English textile mill, said to have been founded over 1,000 years ago by a group of proletarian weavers in Manchester. According to Destiny, as though ordained by God, the weavers' original purpose was to resist the capitalist elite, the wealthy class that oppressed the workers. The weavers honed their craft not only in textiles but also in combat skills, the butcher mastering knife fighting, others training their bodies for speed, control, surveillance, and assassination. By the 1900s, with rising economic growth came greater productivity demands and harsher labor conditions, leading to intensified capitalist exploitation and deepening discontent among workers. It was in this context that the loom cult was revived and grew stronger. At the heart of the loom lies the transmission of destiny through the overlapping patterns of threads in the woven fabric. By reading the binary code hidden within flaws in the weave, the fraternity interprets the names of individuals fated to die. The names revealed by the loom are destiny itself, and every assassin must carry out the death sentences without resistance. Persuaded by the leader Sloane, Wesley comes to believe that Cross is the man who killed his father and betrayed the fraternity. This conviction drives him to endure a grueling training regimen in order to become a professional assassin and avenge his father's death. Wesley embarks on a new life, constantly facing fresh trials and crises. From a timid accountant, he gradually acquires increasingly impressive skills and begins to shoulder greater responsibilities. Through rigorous training, Wesley becomes more agile and powerful, eventually rising to the level of a master assassin, equal to Fox and the others who trained him. In adapting to this new environment, amid the tension between instinct and identity, Wesley finally awakens his true self. It seems the director, Timur Bekmambetov, focuses primarily on the psychological evolution of the individual throughout the film. Once his training is complete, Wesley begins carrying out real assassination assignments, as dictated by the loom of fate. Yet moral qualms and a lingering sense of humanity make him hesitate when pulling the trigger. This is most evident in the scene aboard a train, where he is tasked with killing Robert Dean Darden, a wealthy tycoon. It is Wesley's first mission, but his hands tremble and he cannot bring himself to fire, showing that his human instincts have not yet been fully suppressed. Wanted vividly captures the allure of bullets, with trajectories that curve one way, two ways, even into arcs and circles of unimaginable scope. This bold concept breaks the laws of physics, leaving audiences dazzled. It also serves as a metaphor from the director. Human beings are capable of surpassing their own limits. This is one of the film's most distinctive and most controversial features. Through real combat experience, Wesley transforms into a true man, no longer the object of ridicule he was at the beginning. He returns with an enormous sum of money in his account, finally seeing life open up before him. Now Wesley is a professional assassin, wealthy, no longer crawling under the feet of his boss, nor clinging to his unfaithful girlfriend. Yet we clearly see that Wesley does not indulge in luxury, alcohol, or flashy cars. Instead, he continues to push himself further, to refine his skills, and to grow inwardly. This, in essence, is the film's exploration of self-awakening. In the latter part of the film, Wesley embarks on his final mission, to purge the traitor and kill Cross, the man believed to have sown disaster and murdered many brothers of the fraternity. According to the destiny woven by the loom, only Sloan is permitted to enter the secret chamber and directly decipher the codes from the fabric. He becomes the sole interpreter of fate, much like the prophet Moses delivering the voice of God in the scriptures. To maintain faith, members must place absolute trust in their leader, Sloan. Every assassin lives and dies by the law of destiny. They are merely executors of its decrees, ending the lives of those foretold. The hunt for Cross unfolds as a spectacular solo performance. Then, in a sudden, dramatic twist, the plot veers in an entirely different direction, breaking everything we thought we knew. Wesley ultimately uncovers a profound conspiracy, the man he killed, the destiny the organization followed. In an instant, everything is reset to zero. The immense wealth he once held vanishes into smoke, and betrayal surrounds him. This is perhaps his second awakening to reality. The climax takes him back home, setting the stage for a blood-soaked showdown. In the final scene, Fox fires a bullet in a perfect curve to end it all. A symbolic gesture from the director, hinting at an unwavering commitment to absolute faith and a willingness to die for the law of destiny. The film closes on a philosophy of faith. Humanity often submits to false beliefs that bind their lives, sometimes driving them to their very end. Wanted is an ideal action film that inspires Wesley to rediscover himself, rise above destiny, and live by his own beliefs. We also witness Morgan Freeman in the role of a dignified leader, manipulating the entire fraternity through the loom of fate. The director uses the imagery of the curved bullet to symbolize the idea that human beings can bend destiny if they believe in themselves. Behind the spectacle of special effects and action, however, the film leaves a bitterly ironic aftertaste. Fate is not some lofty divine power. It is often just an excuse for the strong to oppress the weak. Beyond its defiance of physics, we are also left questioning whether the loom is truly a sacred object capable of predicting those who must die, or whether it could be flawed. In the end, the film echoes a familiar message: destiny lies in our own hands. Don't sit and wait for it to unfold. Pull the trigger and write your own story. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share to support the channel.